So this YouTuber, his name's Trevor, and he makes a lot of extreme sports content. And one day, he decides to do something a little different. He's gonna take his plane out and spread his friend's ashes over the mountains. But then, suddenly, things go wrong. Like really wrong. Mid-flight, the plane's engine cuts out.
I'm over the mountains and I out an engine out.
So Trevor has no choice. He's got to abandon the plane. But fortunately for him, he has a parachute on, and he makes it to the ground with only a few scratches.
Thank you, higher power, for watching over me.
So ultimately, he's safe. Oh, but this isn't over, because that is when the investigations start. Now, the FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board, they investigate every plane crash, big or small. So they look into this, and weirdly, they can't find any wreckage. Like, he crashed in the middle of nowhere, but it all seems to have disappeared. So they hit up Trevor, and they're like, hey, where did your plane go down exactly? But Trevor can't seem to remember. Now, the investigators, they're smart, and they know something's up, and they are not gonna let it go. But about a month later, Trevor cuts all his footage into one long YouTube video, and he uploads it, and it blows up. Now, you would think the internet would be super impressed with his near-death experience, but no. They immediately have a lot of questions like, why didn't he try to call for help? Why is he already wearing a parachute when the engine cuts? Was he really in all that much danger if he jumped for his life while holding a selfie stick? And most importantly, why does this traumatic event appear to be sponsored by Ridge Wallet? So the internet is not buying into his story, including myself. This happened 2 years ago. I made a TikTok about it. Now, to get to the bottom of all this, let's back up a little bit. So Trevor just crashed his plane, and he knows an investigation is coming. And he doesn't want them seeing that wreckage, because that's evidence. So he gets a helicopter, flies to the crash site, airlifts the wreckage over to a trailer attached to his truck, and he hauls it away and cuts it all into small pieces, and places it in a bunch of different dumpsters. And that is when investigators hit up Trevor, and they're like, hey, where did your plane go down exactly? But Trevor can't seem to remember. Now, investigators know this is bullshit, and so does everyone else, because he would have had to have been at that wreckage to collect all that footage from those cameras attached to his plane. He's literally at the wreckage site in his own YouTube video that he filmed. Now, eventually, Trevor sees that the evidence against him is overwhelming, and he finally admits that he crashed his plane on purpose to try and make a viral YouTube video, and then disposed of the plane wreckage to try and cover it up. So he took a plea deal. He'll probably spend about 2 years in prison, and they took his pilot license away. Also, the plane crashed in Los Padres National Forest in California, so shout out to California.